Okay, here's a wild one from Square Enix. It's called Paranormasight, the Seven Mystery of Honjo. I like to show the settings menu before I start those video because I know a lot of people are interested by this. I know I am. So, what this game is pretty much pretty close to a visual novel. If you don't like reading, just skip this one. It's not for you. It's all about reading. Now, all the footage you're gonna see here is the like 15 first minutes of the game, but I will have to spoil a bit of stuff, but it's gonna be spoiler that are all happening in the first hour of the game, so it's not, I don't think it's that big of a deal. The game is like 15 hours long or something like that, and there's probably a bunch of different endings you can get. There's a lot of interaction to do in each of the scenes. I'm gonna try to explain this. So, and I think you're gonna play quite a few characters. I think there's a bunch of different chapters with a bunch of different characters, but I cannot say for sure because I am still on the first one. So the first character I'm playing is called Shogo. So this dude, he has a friend that is quite into paranormal activities and stuff, and he's going to find her in some kind of park to talk about one of the seven mysteries of Honjo. And while they're looking into this, well, really bad stuff happens, and you know she just died, and then he realized that he got one of those curses, and there are seven mysteries, seven curses from what I understand, and each of them gives you the power to kill other people, and by killing enough people you can resurrect someone you like. And so he's on his quest to resurrect his friend that just died, and maybe she died by his hand. He's not too sure. There's a lot of mysteries involved, and so you're going from scene to scene and you're trying to find the little hints on the screen, and you read the stuff and you make some choices and things happen. Now, earlier today I was in a scene and I made a decision and I died. Like Shogo, he just died. And I was like, oh well, is it gonna be like Until Dawn? I don't know if you've ever played Until Dawn. It's like a 3D adventure game where you make a lot of choices, but it's more like an interactive movie. If, yeah. Anyway, kind of like a Telltale game, but a bit more involved with the movement and exploration. But anyway, in Until Dawn, when you die, when one of the characters die, it's like, oh well, they die, they just won't happen in the story, it's gonna change a bit the outcome, but the game continues. It is what it is. In this one, when you die, you come back to this storyteller dude, and he says, oh well, you should have not have done that. You can go ahead and try again. So you have like checkpoints all the time. So I died and I just went back just right before I made the choice, and I made another choice. And then I did not die, and I was able to continue the story. It's very a story game. It's a reading game. It's very close to a visual novel. I've seen people around say, oh well, it's a bit more involved in terms of gameplay than a visual novel. And as a huge fan of Steins Gate, I feel it's kind of a visual novel, this game. I think it's the best way to put it. You don't really move, it's just scene to scene and you read the text. There's no on up until now there's no voice acting, and it kind of threw me off because in the option menu, if you've noticed, there is a voice slider, but seems it's reserved for some surprises along the way. I don't know, but the text on the screen is not voice acted. So yeah, and what drove me to play this is it was on sale. There was a pretty big sale a few weeks back. The game was like $10. It's usually like 20, and I was really feeling like playing a visual novel, feeling like being told a good story. I just rewatched in the last few weeks. I rewatched Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero animes. And man, you know, I always said since I've watched Steins Gate that it's the best piece of media ever created. Watching it again made me realize it's better than I thought. So, anyway, and after watching the two animes, I was like, am I replaying the visual novel right now? And because I have both of them, I've platinumed them on the PlayStation Vita way back when they were released. And I thought, no. I need something different. And I just remembered that I've bought this a few weeks ago and decided to start it. And I recorded this recording is from a few days ago when I started playing. I thought maybe I'll do a video on this if I think it's good enough. And an hour and a half in, I can definitely vouch for this game. This is great. I love the sound design. The visual aspect of it is very stylized with the whole, TV tube filter in it. And all the little sound effects, they're very satisfying when you scroll the text. I'm quite sensible to sound design in game. It's so now in this is in the TV, in the news, you just saw that Shogo died, and I think, and this is why I think I'm gonna play multiple character, because I I already have filled up my little curse. So yeah, to come back to this is a very convoluted talk. This is how I do my stuff, and it is what it is. YouTube's not my job. I'm talking about games because I enjoy them so much, and I don't feel like, man, I think my mic was not plugged in. I hope not. Well, it was kind of not, so if I sound different, it's because one part of it is my phone mic and the other is my actual headset. Anyway, let's continue. To come back to this whole curse thing, once you found this one of the little curse, the shonjo curse mystery thingy, to bring back some person from the dead, you have to kill other curse bearer. I mean, you can kill anybody, but they will fill up your little curse meter for like 1%. But if you kill a curse bearer, it's like 25-30%, that's gonna fill up. So you have to fill up that thing by killing other people to bring back someone you love. And I mean, obviously, it's incredibly creepy, but yeah, more than that is that I know the game is somewhat long, and I know I'm getting somewhat close to Shogo's death because we've seen it on the TV in the beginning. So, I believe I'm gonna play other curse bearer, see how their stories unfold, and each of the curse have a way to kill other people. So for example, the one I got with Shogo is that somebody has to come to you and they must leave you voluntarily, and when they leave you, you can activate the curse and they will drop dead. That's it. Game over for them. But other curse bearer, their curses have other way of killing people, and you don't have any way to know how the others can kill you. So it's a really fucked up story. I'm not gonna lie. That's great. That's a great mystery horror visual novel type. As you can see here, you can see a bit of the gameplay, but this is the gameplay. The gameplay is you move the camera around, looking at the scenery, and you try to find the hints, and you can talk to the characters, and all of those things. Now, one advice I would give you is, once again, be prepared to read. You're gonna have to read a lot of stuff, and the game is auto-filling some files. They call it the files, and you have files for the people, files for the location, files for the Shunjo mystery. You have files for items, for a bunch of things, and you will definitely gain a lot of insight and understanding of the story if you go read. When it says that files updated, read them. Read them. It's very important. It makes you understand a lot more about what's happening, as you can see here on the screen. And I mean, man, the visual presentation, that's just outstanding. That's crazy. I'm in love with this game, as you can probably tell. Having a lot of fun reading this, and I've been into a big reading binge. Maybe you've heard the story before if you're a regular viewer, but since like 5% of you are, I would say most of you have not heard this story. I accidentally started at work a book club. I am a librarian, so I'm working in a book environment, and the other day, well, at this point it's been months, but we were talking on lunch break, and I was asking my friends there, hey, what's your favorite book? And they were all like, well, I don't know, it's a hard question. And I asked them all, I have like 4 very close friends at work that we see each other outside of work, and they're very fantastic people. But anyway, with those 4 people, I was like, okay, well, I think we're gonna need to start a book club to be able to talk about books. And this very day, one of them came back with 5 copies of the same book, and she was like, okay, that's what we're reading, and the book club was started. So I've been into a pretty big reading binge. I've been reading a lot, and I am into the Count of Monte Cristo right now. I'm reading in French, obviously, as you can probably tell. I am not an English-speaking person, but yeah, I'm reading Count of Monte Cristo. I've read a bunch of Stephen King. That was great. I've read Salem's Lot for the first time. Never read that one. I read a lot of Stephen King when I was young. I was like 12 years old, and I was reading It and The Stand. My mom was big into Stephen King. And so, anyway, so I love reading. This is definitely a game for me. I love horror, I love mystery, and I love Japanese stuff. So this is a big home run for me. I really enjoy it. I cannot recommend it enough. I think it's available on many platforms. I'm playing it on my iPhone, and it works absolutely great. There's some haptic feedbacks, and that's great. It gives you some hints when you are scrolling on something you could interact with. I think it's great. But anyway, all that to say, I recommend it a lot. Music's nice, sound effects are outstanding. I love the graphic style. You can turn off some stuff for the graphic. If you don't like the chromatic aberration, you can turn that off. It makes a big difference on the atmosphere of the game. I really like it. to be on, but if you don't like that what it gives, you can turn that off pretty easily. So what else is there to say? I think that's pretty much what I had to say about this. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section, although I don't know if I'll have a lot of answers because, you know, outside of those 18 minutes of video I recorded, I only played like 1 hour, maybe a bit more than that, so I'm playing this on my bus rides at work, so like 30 minutes at a time. And I've played it this morning, got my first death, was happy that I could just go back and try another thing. So it makes you not worry too much about making bad choices. There's no bad choices. You can just try out stuff, see how it plays out, and then try something different, and that's pretty much it. I don't think, at least on iOS, I don't think there is any achievements. I would have liked to. I love achievements, but I don't think there is. Maybe I'm wrong, but at this point I feel I should have gotten at least one, because, you know, like they're always doing those type of achievements like die for the first time or make a wrong move or something like that. You've found your first curse, or you killed your first person. But yeah, a lot of death, a lot of mystery. It's somewhat violent. Honestly, you won't see it on this video, but it gets ugly pretty quick. So be ready. You have to be in the right mindset to play the game. Pretty depressing in a way. It's all about grief and death and curses. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I think that's gonna be pretty much it. I've rambled long enough. Hope you've enjoyed it. Now go do something else. Go play games. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.